I'm going to give you the one rule that can help you overcome your fears instantly, so that when faced with any scary situation, you can remain calm and think clearly, so you can come out on top. This is called the 3-second rule, and you have exactly 3 seconds to decide if fear wins or you do. Let me explain what I mean. It was a hot summer night in the city of Las Vegas. The humid air hung thick as a blanket over the city. I was performing live on stage in front of a crowd of over 2,000 people. As I looked out into the audience, I saw him, my ex-boyfriend who had dumped me 3 weeks prior. The guy who had treated me like garbage for 2 years, the same guy who had promised he would never leave me. There we were face to face, and my heart skipped a beat. Should I stay frozen on stage and let him walk past without acknowledging him? What if he came up on stage and made a scene? Maybe I should run off stage and hide. My mind raced with 1,000 thoughts and feelings all at once. But then I stopped. I took a deep breath and followed my rule. The first second I focused on my breath. The second I decided to smile and nod my head to him. And on the third second, I went right back to talking to the crowd like nothing had happened. A few minutes later, he was gone, and the show went on without a hitch. That was my real-life experience of the 3-second rule. So here's how it works. When you are experiencing fear, anxiety, or stress, your brain goes into what is called fight, flight, or freeze mode. Your body automatically kicks into survival mode and adrenaline pumps in. Your heart rate goes up. Your breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Your muscles tense and your mind races, thinking 1,000 thoughts per second. Now, studies show that the human brain takes about 3 seconds to process and interpret incoming sensory information. That means that when you see your ex-boyfriend, your brain takes about 3 seconds to go from seeing a face to labeling it as your ex, to feeling all those emotions at once. That is why you can't calm down in the middle of a panic attack, because your brain is already in the state of fear, and it's too late. But when you catch yourself in the first second, when you feel that initial surge of emotions, you still have time to make a choice. And that is where the 3-second rule comes in. In the first second, focus on something within your control. You have to interrupt the automatic response of your body. You have to break the pattern before your brain has a chance to fully engage the fight, flight, or freeze response. Do this by focusing on something small and simple, like taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel the air fill your lungs and push out. Don't try to change your emotions. Just focus on your breath. If you can manage to focus on something small and simple in the first second, it will stop the chain reaction of fear. In the second second, choose an action. You have to take some kind of action, no matter how small, that moves you away from fear. This could be smiling and nodding to your ex-boyfriend, taking a step back from the ledge when you feel anxious, or choosing to stay put when you are stuck in traffic. It doesn't matter what action you take, as long as it moves you away from the fear response. When you choose an action in the second second, you reclaim control over your life. You choose what to do instead of reacting on automatic pilot. In the third second, follow through. You have to actually carry out your chosen action. Follow through with whatever you decided to do in the second second. Go ahead and smile and nod. Take another step back. Make a decision and don't look back. When you follow through, you reinforce your ability to control your emotions and reactions. And that is how the 3-second rule works. In just 3 seconds, you can stop the fear response in its tracks and replace it with calm, clarity, and control. Now, you may be wondering why this works. Well, it has everything to do with your sympathetic nervous system. This is the part of your nervous system that controls your fight, flight, or freeze response. It's like a switch that turns on when you experience fear. The problem is that sometimes this switch gets stuck in the on position. That's why people can get stuck in a state of constant anxiety or stress. Their sympathetic nervous system is stuck in overdrive. But the good news is that you can reset this switch by interrupting the cycle of fear. That's what the 3-second rule does. It gives you a chance to reset your nervous system before the fear response takes over. Now let's take a closer look at each of the 3 seconds and see how to apply the 3-second rule in different situations. First, second, focus on your breath. When you inhale, imagine you are taking in not just oxygen, but also calmness, clarity, and control. Visualize this filling your lungs and spreading throughout your body. Then when you exhale, imagine you are letting go of all the fear, anxiety, and stress. See it leaving your body with the breath. This simple act of focusing on your breath can help you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of your nervous system that calms you down. It's like hitting the pause button on your stress response. Second, choose an action. Now that you have focused on your breath and calmed your body down a bit, it's time to choose an action. Ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do right now that will move me away from fear? Maybe it's making a plan or taking a small step towards your goal. Maybe it's talking to someone you admire or doing something that scares you a little bit every day. The key is to choose an action that helps you build confidence and a sense of control over your life. Remember, even small actions can lead to big changes. By taking action, you send a signal to your brain that you are in control, not the fear. Third, follow through. Now that you have chosen an action, it's time to follow through. Carry out your plan no matter how small it seems. Follow through on your commitment to yourself. Follow through on your promises to others. Follow through on your dreams. When you follow through, you create a ripple effect of positive energy in your life. You become more confident in your ability to overcome fear and anxiety. You become more resilient in the face of challenges. The best part about the 3-second rule is that it can be used anywhere. It can be used when you are facing a public speaking test, performance, or any other situation where fear and anxiety might arise. It can also be used in everyday situations where you need to calm down and focus, such as when you are driving in traffic, waiting for an important call, or dealing with a difficult person. The key is to practice the 3-second rule until it becomes second nature. Like any skill, the more you practice, the better you will become at it. So start practicing today and see how it can transform your life. Remember, you have the power to overcome fear and anxiety. You have the power to create the life you want. And all it takes is a simple 3-second rule to unlock that power. So next time you feel fear rising up inside of you, remember to take a deep breath, choose an action, and follow through. And as you do, know that you are not alone. Millions of people around the world are using the 3-second rule to overcome fear and create their best lives. And now you can join them. If you liked this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And if you have already done that, watch these videos here.